the Society of Pius X is not a schismatic society. There were statements from the Holy See itself saying that the problem is not schism, but the irregular canonical situation. Because it would be schism when they will not mention the Pope in the Mass, or not pray for the Pope, and not pray for the local bishop. And they do this. And this was always in the entire history of the Church the sign of the communion with the Apostolic See, that the bishops and priests mentioned the Pope during the Holy Mass. This is the highest expression of the union, the Eucharist, and having the same faith. And so they have the same Catholic faith. They do not deny any dogma of the Church. And only because of the extreme, extraordinary, difficult situation of the Church, the crisis, the Archbishop Lefebvre and the Society of Pius X, they could not submit themselves under the full control of the Vatican, because they had not a guarantee to continue to live fully, integrally, the Catholic faith, and especially the liturgy, as it was always lived before the Council. And so there could be not a change in the faith, should not be done, but the problems of some ambiguous texts of the Council and after the Council, and the praxis also of the Holy See, especially with the ecumenism and the interreligious dialogue and so on, and the new Mass also itself, containing elements which are undermining the sacrificial character of the Holy Mass, like the new offertory prayers, for example. All these elements are serious. And so the Society of Pius X is trying to continue, for the love of the Church, to keep on and to transmit the faith in the liturgy of the Church, which was believed and worshipped not only during some decades, but during centuries, millennium. And so there was a statement several months ago from the prefect of the Congregation of the Doctrine of Faith, Cardinal Ladaria, in an interview where the Cardinal said that the Society of Pius X is not outside the Church. This is an affirmation of a very high official of the Vatican itself. And now there came a new aspect, a qualitatively new aspect, after the publication of the Pope's motu proprio Traditionis Custodes and the answers to the dubia of the Congregation of Divine Worship, which are practically abolishing all the sacraments, the celebration of the sacraments in the traditional rite, and declaring openly the rejection of the traditional liturgy. This is openly stated, and therefore now even the so-called Ecclesia Dei communities, the former, they have no full guarantee now how to continue, and they're impeded in their apostolate also. And so, considering all these factors, I think that it is licit that a young man can go for a formation with the Society of Pius X and then work there as a priest. But I stress this, that the members of the Society of Pius X, especially the priests, they have to be aware also of the danger of to be self-centered, and the danger of a kind of ghetto, ecclesiastical ghetto. And so, and this is also a real danger. They have to be aware, to be not to consider themselves as a kind of the only one in the church, and to, as I repeat, a kind of ghetto mentality. This should not be, and they have to open themselves and really to develop in themselves to this spirit of love for the Roman Church, for the Apostolic See, and so on, which they have, I hope, but they have to continue to develop this.